get that money, secure that bag, ayy. Boss up, get that money, secure that bag, ayy. Boss up, boss up, boss up, get that money, get that money. She a queen and they love her cause she got her own place, own car, she let go.
Good morning. Look at that sunset outside. Well, there you go. That's so pretty seeing every morning. But anyway, how y'all doing? I literally just went to sleep around like what, 3 o'clock? It's 7 something now. It's your girl Shay Shay. From Simply Magnolias and Honey, and just a southern girl living life like it's golden. Make sure my volume up. No matter how thick and sticky life gets, remember it is what? Golden. Ouch. Y'all know I just caught what I just said. Look at the sunset right now. And that's so pretty seeing every morning. Come get y'all, girl. The sunrise. Sure. But anyway. Y'all. Today's message is basically a continuum of what I've been talking about for the past 3 months. 3 months. What is that, Shay? Look. The first time I was talking about protecting your peace, whatever that may be to you. So whatever that may look like to you, protecting your peace, whether it be you walked off a job that was no longer serving you, or they didn't, they no longer meet your standards, or you just, whatever your reason is, you start cutting folk off. Look, y'all, we at November. Well, today's the 2nd now, but welcome November. You kind of snuck up on us. Sure. Listen. Okay. Protecting your peace. You let go of people, friends, situationships, sneaky links. You had gotten some stuff from, maybe somebody bought you something, or you start to declutter your house. You start to protect your peace by sometimes, like again, like in the midst of moving, you start finding stuff. You're like, dang, I still got this thing. Or you start going through old clothes and you realize, I am not gonna wear this no more. Like, my style has changed completely. Why am I still holding on to it? Like, I throw away bags upon bags upon bags of stuff. Whether that be, I guess go back celibate, or whether that be, you walked out of or again, like I said, a relationship. Whatever protecting your peace looks like to you. That was the first segment. The second segment was, I woke up talking about some of y'all about to walk into the biggest timeline of your life. Remember that fairy tale, that Cinderella story, that Clark story, your Superman story, whatever analogy that you want to compare it to, and how it's about to happen so suddenly for you. And this is only that is only gonna go for a very select few on purpose. Um, because a lot of y'all haven't weathered the storm yet. A lot of y'all don't even know what it means to lose, to be embarrassed, to be criticized, to be left out. And so the last video I talked about there's a process, and just to trust the process, right? Along with trusting the process, you got to understand something. It's a time and a place for everything, and it's a timeline for everything. It's a time to win. It's a time to lose. It's a time to, not necessarily be mad or upset all day, waddle in your woe is me. But it's a time to feel like, oh my gosh, like, am I really going to get through this? To a time like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm getting through this. To, oh my gosh, I've made it through this. There's a time and a process for everything. But God is not going to allow you to walk through your highest timeline of your life and you still over there acting like the wicked witch of the east. You still got some stuff deep down in you that you ain't tackled yet. And some of you are afraid to look at her or him. Some of y'all are scared to look introspective and look deep within and really try to take accountability to the fact that, what, you may be the problem. You may look at your mirror and say, self, chick, you got issues, and that's okay. Dude, you may look in yourself and be like, yo, bro, listen, every relationship you get in, the girl crazy. But when you really sit back and look back over all the relationships that you done played your part into it too, because you broken. Every job you got, oh, they just don't know what they talking about, da. And I'm one of their best workers. Oh, you are? Oh, all right. Like, sometimes accountability is not the prettiest thing. It's not supposed to be. Like, it was so funny. I was watching a video, I believe on TikTok. I believe it was. I think it was 3 dudes. I guess, of course, they friends. 3 friends was in a car. The one dude was talking about how he don't take care of his children anymore, simply because the baby mother, or I don't even like using that term, but the mother of his children has now decided to move on. She ain't want his tail no more. So the friend driving was like, yo, I can't associate myself with a man who can't take care of his kids, dog. Dog, I don't care what. Man, she cheated on me, and man, on Facebook, guess what? She took a picture of him with him and my kids, man. Dude, like, man, if you don't take your sensitive and go shut up, whatever the woman has decided to do has nothing to do with you. But them children did not ask to get here. And he was trying to hold this man accountable of like, dog, like, do you not see? So you want your children to suffer simply because you still in your feelings. But evidently, whatever went on in y'all relationship, hey, you had a part to play in it too. Like, dog, I don't care what y'all went through. I don't care what you done did. I don't care what she did. But them babies, so you gonna allow your kids to grow up in dysfunction, part of a stereotype, all because you sensitive? All because you mad now that you just didn't meet her requirements, whatever they may be. She could have been wrong, absolutely. And very much he could have had a part to play in it. But it was a simple fact that dude was trying to hold him accountable of something that was sensitive to him. And he's like, dog, you just got to look at the facts. Like, take your feelings up out of it and look at the reality of it is that them babies still got to get taken care of. But now you making yourself look more or less of a man because now, yes, now that she's moved on, apparently this new dude is doing your part and then some, taking care of her and them babies. So now you looking more of like the deadbeat that you now when people hold you accountable of stuff, and they're showing you what you need to be working on. Your accountability is showing you where you're weak at. That's all that does. It just brings out your weakness. It just brings out the fact that that's something that you got to work a little bit hard on, right? So the message is this. Y'all got to realize something, that there's going to be some things that you're going to have to go through that's not going to feel good. Before you get to that side over there, you can see it clear. You can see it clear as day. You can see it like a crystal vase. You can see it so clear. It's you can literally. But what you got to understand also is the little things that you're going to have to grow through in order to get to that other side. This process ain't cute. It really ain't. Boy, is it not. Okay? There's times you're going to feel like giving up. There are going to be times where you feel like, for real? It take all this? Shoot. It seemed like nobody else going through that much. But I got to be the one going through that much. And for real, you can see a lot of emotion in my because I'm feeling like that to a certain degree. But remember, when you hold a certain caliber of status, you are held to a certain standard, and a lot of choices that you make, if they are wrong choices, and if you start participating in the wrong activities, you are held at a higher standard. Why? Because you know better. Chosen ones, you are held at a higher standard because you know how karma works. You know how that 360, you know that. That's why you got to be careful what you participate in, what you listen to, what you hang around. Shoot, what you hang around, you be about too. That's why I be like, look, man, don't bring that mess over here. Dismiss. I gotta get ready to go to this meeting in a few minutes. But you gonna feel like it's not fair, but it is fair. Remember, this is all to build your character up, right? Listen. Before you can be elevated, you're gonna have to be segregated. You're gonna have to be set apart. Before you can be, once you get to that point when you're segregated, you're gonna have to really, again, dig deep, go into your cocoon, whatever it is that you got to do. Go in hiding. Sometimes God can be having you in hiding in plain sight. People see you every day. Oh, there she go. But that divine side of you is being hidden, while there are other people who see like, Oh, she thinks she all that. Because they can see that side of you. And they gonna try any and everything. They have, remember I told y'all before, they have been strategically placed in your life to see and to take you off course on purpose. That is their purpose. That is what they were designed to do, was try to take folk off their purpose. So you will hear them constantly complain. You will hear them constantly not completing any goals. You just see them like they always going through something. Every time you look up. And their job is to bring you down with them. So if they can catch you in the snares of their hook, they will come up with and sometimes they will cultivate a story that's kind of similar to maybe what you're going through, just so they can get a reaction out of you, just to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, girl, that. The minute they can feel that sense of like, okay, yeah, okay, let me mention this or let me mention that, and then you start getting that face like, oh my. Then in the back of their mind, like, got him. And now y'all sit up there back, and then they ease their conversation into you know, that's the same thing I was trying to tell someone. Like, girl, you know what? Yeah, because I noticed that. Now, what you doing right now? Gossiping, right? Oh, all right. Then eventually y'all become two peas in a pod. Bumping your gums ain't going nowhere. Y'all gums looking like Speedy Gonzalez going a mile a minute, but ain't going nowhere. You on a spinning wheel like them little hamster things on the little wheel, rolling around and around and around and around like the wheel of life. Y'all ain't going nowhere, but you going a mile a minute. You sitting there sweating, clothes falling off you. You sitting there thinking you doing something. You ain't doing nothing. There are things that are going to start happening to you right as you are on the breakthrough. And I know y'all get so tired of hearing that. Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Like I mentioned before, it's coming, it's coming. No, it's on its way. Because there is some work that needs to be done, and especially stuff that that you have not recognized yet. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't finna get nothing. And there's a few tests that you'll that will kind of show you that you there. Again, if you're really serious, you'll start to notice that, like, your friend circle would just start dropping off. Folk would just start dropping off your life, out of your life, out of nowhere. You didn't even have to you didn't even have to walk away from them. Number one. Number two, you will start to realize that your taste maybe in what you're listening to, your change of music, your taste in clothing, your taste in foods, you start realizing, like, man, I'm not eating this mess no more. Your diet starts to change. What you start to wear, how you start to present yourself. Like I said, everybody is on their own journey, and I'm not here to judge, criticize nobody else. But you start realizing that, okay, you know, for your social media platforms, how you showcase yourself. You know, every time you take a picture, do you always got your butt sticking out? Do you always got your breasts hanging out? Do you always want to seek some time? Okay, everything, somebody gonna notice regardless that you got a little. Listen, guys, y'all know sweatpants season coming up. Listen. I ain't even gotta go there for real. But how you, like, even that changes, like your personal I don't even know what word to say. But how you present yourself to the world, that's on you. That's gonna change though. Okay. Then one of the next things you're going to start to notice that, okay, maybe you've been neglecting your spiritual gifts. Once you start in, like, again, getting rid of your stuff in your house, decluttering your house, just, you can kind of like, okay, because your house is supposed to be a place of peace. When you walk into your house, once you, like I told my children last night, once you walk away from the outside world, work, bills, whatever. Once you walk away from that and you want to walk into your house, you're like, all right, bet, oof. And you just want to go lay down, put your feet up, whatever the case is. You don't got time to eat. Right? So in that process, again, then once you declutter all of that other stuff, and now your mindset is starting to clear up because you done start changing the way that you eat. You start to, change your intake, all that, however you see fit. You're going to start noticing that your mindset is more clear. You can hear more. You can see more. You can start to discern more. You're going to just start using your intuition more. Your intuition becomes heightened. You're going to start feeling like, why I got this ringing in my ear? Why is I can see and understand this person's conversation without them even saying much. Like, I can already perceive what's going on with them without them even really saying a whole bunch of stuff. Your spiritual gifts are starting to heighten. And all the other stuff that come with. And then you start to notice, like, one of the biggest factors that then your car start acting up. Lord have mercy. That's a whole demon within itself. Like, I really think that there's a demon strategically placed just to jack up your car. On purpose, for real. And you be like, gosh. And you be like, why all of a sudden, this thing is about to really get on my nerves. Then, once you, give me a dab of that. Put it on my lip. I gotta get ready to go anyway, because I gotta meet your teacher. But, good morning. Can I do what?
Sign this.
Sign what? I don't know what that is. Didn't I tell y'all about having me sign something, trying to rush me to sign something in the morning? That was supposed to be given to me last night. Let me see that. And then the next factor is your body start acting. Your body start to act up. Let me see that. When this gotta go back by a field trip. How much money they want?
You have to pay?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you can buy it or get it.
Hmm?
We leave when we're supposed to leave. We're gonna be late.
What time are you supposed to be leaving?
8:15.
It's 7:47 now. And you still got just about 30 minutes, 25 minutes until 8:15.
We either leave at 8, 11, or 8:15, so we don't be late.
And here you go bringing me some papers. What is this?
It's the picture day thing.
I don't know about no picture day. What is that?
It's on the November 24th, I think.
Let me see it. Here go another one bringing me some papers in the morning. I don't know about this. When is this day?
It's on November 24th or November 20th.
Yeah, I use everything on mine.
She takes that to work.
No, I don't. But I use everything on mine. I don't want y'all using my stuff.
Family pack. I think that says that. Yeah, family. No,
Did y'all brush your teeth yet?
I don't have a toothbrush. AJ used it for his shoes. Family pack. Cause he said, "Oh, my shoes are dirty." I put my. He just found it on the toothbrush inside the cup thing, and he used it for his shoes.
Life of
7,
mommyhood,
8.
huh? Like I be look. I be trying to be so real with y'all for real. Ain't nothing over here perfect. Show ain't. I don't display to be perfect. D Joker show ain't perfect. They always up underneath me. Somebody always got a story. Yes, stay out of my perfume. No.
Me?
Yeah, you just picked up my perfume glitter.
No, I didn't.
I'm looking at her through the door. Yes, you just picked it up.
No.
Mm-hmm. Why don't y'all go downstairs and go eat some cereal or something?
Oh yeah, I forgot this shoe though.
There, you better get one box. Don't be having no 10 boxes open at the same time.
No, pick this one.
You're not eating on my cinnamon rolled ones. Look, I got a whole cabinet. Look at
This. You said cinnamon rolls.
the what?
This cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, not that one.
Cause I got this one for us and the cinnamon's for you.
No,
Which one?
pick something else.
But you said it's not the cinnamon rolls.
Which one is that you got in your hand?
Not the cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah, then go on and take that one.
The cinnamon rolls are right there.
Mm-hmm. You see that? Whole video get intro. Turn that light out. So your room light not on?
Can I use my book bag?
You coming in here asking me for more stuff?
Yeah.
What?
A book bag.
I don't have no book bag. Not one you can use.
Yes. One?
Not one that you can use, meaning not one that I'm going to give to you. No.
Not an expensive one. I'm talking about just for school.
No.
The one that you didn't use. It's in your closet.
In my closet, yes. How you know what's in my closet?
Because when I got the cat food was in your closet too. Your other perfumes were in your closet. Your glass candle with plants is in your closet in a box.
Who told you to go over there and play Dora the Explorer in my closet?
Well, you said, how do you know what's in your closet?
So that means you went in my closet then.
You told me to get the cat food.
That's clear as day right there. Ain't nobody else told you to go play like you an investigator.
That's how I get over there. I jump on the clothes. That's how I see.
Bear.
And you say, any other time you go in my closet.
You're not using my stuff.
What? I might not look like Dora the Explorer, but I can see everything. I'm coming!
Little sneaky jokers. Anyway, the kid. That's one of tall tale sign too, right there. Your kids be wanting to act up like they don't have no daggone sense. But then again, like your body starts to act up. This little video, I've been telling you, this joker just straight ghetto. I've been interrupted so many times with papers to sign. They come in here asking for my, one came in here, had my whole dress on. Girl, if that thing dragging down there by your knees, if you don't go take, oh, I thought it was so-and-so. So just because you thought it was somebody else's, you thought that so that gives you the permission. The permission then to wear somebody else's stuff. Oh my gosh. Listen. I'm just trying to do the daggone video. This video was supposed to be about some things to be aware of before, and then again we talked about the generational curses. So technically the order is supposed to be this. Number one, trust the process. Start decluttering, start getting away of, start dropping folk off, start going into your cocoon, start reading, start meditating, whatever the word it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? Number two, generational curses. Just like keep going in and out. Number two, generational curses. Identify your lineage, like identify all the stuff that your parents, your mother, your daddy went through. Some of the character traits that have been passed on to you. Like, do you act like your mom sometimes? Ooh, do you act like your daddy sometimes? What went on in your parents' household that you didn't really care much for, that you want to change in this household? Dig deep. What are some childhood traumas that you have faced as a child that, and as an adult, the reason why you act a certain way, like when as an adult, are you a people pleaser? That's a tall tale sign of rejection. You always trying to seek validation. You always trying to get approvals. You always trying to seek everybody else's opinion. That shows that to a certain degree, you didn't get that much attention. And you had to kind of fight for your attention as you were a child. As soon as you get money, you hold on to it because your parents always told you that they was broke. Your parents always told you, I don't got it. You think money grow on trees? Or you spend it because you like, look, I don't care. It's going to come back to me, whatever thing that went on in your life. Every man, every woman that come into your life, do you shy away from it? Or, do you take in love? Do you reject love? However, whatever your generational curse or whatever, you can see a repetitive cycle going on that's got passed down from your granny, your mammy, them, from your mama to you. Is something that has been a repetitive cycle that you have now been chosen as the curse breaker, right? So, dig deep and ask the spirit, okay, what is even inside of me? So once you identify everybody else stuff that I got passed on down to you spiritually, so now you're like, all right, well, what's deep down inside of me? What do I need to work on? Am I a gossiper? Am I a liar? Do I do this? Do I do that? When people come tell me that, is my integrity high enough that if somebody comes and talks to me in confidentiality, am I able to keep my mouth shut? You can't be a catalyst running your mouth. You can't be somebody else. You can't be the example. You cannot be a role model throwing up on everybody in the street. It's not going to work. Are you prideful? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you don't be excited about your accomplishments or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, don't be, but are you boastful? Do you brag? Do you, what is it about you that that you have some work to do? Once you identify all of those things, once you realize like you have looked yourself in the mirror and have accepted yourself as you, your flaws, your insecurities, your highs, your lows, your goods, your bads, whatever it may be, have you accepted it? I gotta get ready to go. It's 8:04. I gotta get ready for this parent teacher conference. But whatever that may be. Ouch. Then once you've gone through all of the stuff falling off, your car start acting up, or people, you start hearing rumors about you that doggone well ain't even true. Then you start to people who you thought you had thought had your back, what ain't never there. Or they can bump all their gums and tell you what you need to do every 5 seconds. They can tell you what you need to do, but they don't never contribute. They just want to hear themselves talk because they think they sound good. Then after that is this. We already know that's called the shadow work, right? Shadow work. You've been diving in your books, you've been researching whatever it is, whatever subject you that the spirit has been leading you to focus more on going towards your mission. Remember, everybody has a purpose in life. Every living being has a purpose, whether that purpose be bad, whether that purpose be good. They have a purpose. I don't care if that purpose is to distract people. If that purpose is that their purpose is to be a gossiper, to mess people's life up. If their purpose is they are strategically placed in certain people's lives strategically placed in some people's lives to take you off course, that is a purpose. Many are called, but what? Few are chosen, right? So when you are on this path, you have got to use a discernment on what time and season you are in, so you can turn your antennas on and identify why this person coming in there, what is their purpose, and yes, you need to play Inspector Gadget because your life depends on it. It really does. Your mission depends on it. Yes, you need to use your discernment and ask, evaluate this person in like 5.2 seconds right now. Who is they? Where are they from? And why? What do they want? ASAP. And if you're like me, you'll get a download just like that. Boom, boom. Oh, all right. Oh, I know that's right. Maybe we should link up. Maybe we should get together. Don't ever get that person's number. No, I know what you about. You a leech. Back up. Okay? Then on top of that, once again, you need to be on your P's and Q's. Because then when it boils down to your mission, especially if you are the last generation to complete this mission, meaning you are the curse breaker, you are the one, like, remember, you chose this lifestyle. You chose to come down here to do all of this, right? So because you understood the assignment, because you chose this mission, you are the last generation that will ever have to work for the mission to be completed. So now that once the mission is completed, guess what? So now that's where generational wealth comes in. So now my children will never have to face a lot of the struggle and the heartache and the rejection and and all that I have had to face. And generational wealth does not only mean money. Generational wealth means knowledge, the knowing of something. You can take my house, you can take my car, you can take all the materialistic stuff. Maybe, if it boils down to my life gets taken, or if I die prematurely, or if I die on time. No such thing as premature, but because everything is aligned. But everything that I have learned, all of my experiences are then what? I've either written it down in a book, or I'm doing a vlog like these. So now my knowledge will always be there. So now that gets passed on to passed on and passed on, right? You see now they've destroyed, they tried to destroy history for so long. Indigenous people, us, we've been told for so long that we from Africa. We've been told for so long that we used to be monkeys. We've been told for so long that, this like all this dumb stuff, right? But the generational wealth comes in this. The knowledge and the knowing is this. The ancestors way back then completed their missions. Some God rest their souls, but a lot of them died completing their mission, whatever their mission was supposed to be. Because centuries later, we're still talking about them. Centuries and decades later, we're still talking about the Egyptians. We're still talking about the Harriet Tubmans. And I know a lot of them stories got twisted up. But the generational wealth is we're still talking about it in the 20th century. It's being broadcasted in the movies. But when you have the eye to see, you can clearly see that they're talking about your people. This movie Black Panther comes out. Don't look at all the well, they're doing witchcraft in that. Stop playing. I'm talking about the legacy, that the overall legacy of what they're trying to demonstrate. The power of unity is what. Look at Avatar. Generational wealth, no matter how much they try to hide it, it's still coming out. And the more you do your due diligence and you research and you read, the more you stay out of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop and all this other foolishness, because that's what they portray us as. Oh, everybody black want to be a rapper. Everybody that's black want to be an NBA star. Yeah, they do have the doctors of and all that. Okay, yeah, I understand all of that, but it's the personality that they portray. Not all of us act like that. The generational wealth portion, everyone's mission. That's why they died. After they did their job, they died because their mission has been completed. So again, once your mission becomes completed, so now their heir never really had to work per se, because they were always known as, oh, you are so-and-so's grandbaby, or you are so-and-so's daughter or son or uncle, TT them and da 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 da. I know your great granny from so and so and so, and she did this. They got plaques on the wall. They got statues and plaques upon, in neighborhoods, and they got schools built and named after them. They got what's it called? Road signs, hospitals named. That is generational wealth. When you can take one mission, and repeat that thing over and over and over and over again, all throughout the centuries, all throughout the decades, you see physical, tangible evidence of somebody completing their mission. Because you notice after that person did their mission, they might have lived for a certain period of time, X, Y, and Z, but then after that, they were like, all right, we gotta go. I gotta go. No matter how much the story has been misconstrued, yes, twisted up, a little bit lie here, a little lie there, and been told it. But the fact that their name, what I tell y'all name means, their character, their mission, their purpose still lingers. It's still out there for us to do our due diligence and really find the real reason as to why we're actually talking about this person from the beginning. So my soul purpose, and I can tell my soul has been here. It's just too many, like, hold on. I don't believe in coincidences, but like I told y'all before, it's the dreams that I've had recently. It's almost like, remember I told you what deja vus are, right? Deja vus are, I gotta give it a go. But deja vus are nothing more of just your mind remembering. I don't know what that is. Your mind remembering what has already happened spiritually, and then it's, I guess, preparing you for what's about to happen naturally. And then it may not happen in the sequence that you might have seen, but or it might have. I don't know. It depends on what your journey is. But this goes way. It goes so deep sometimes. I'm for real. I'm not even scratching the surface. Like, I'm in the basement still. I'm not even touching the surface as to how deep this stuff goes. Generational wealth does not mean just only what I'm describing. It goes way deeper. It has a more spiritual meaning than that. And when I tell you that this will be the last generation of me that this mission has to be completed. Like I told you, the dreams that I'm having lately is preparing me that when I leave this earth, my mission will then be completed. And I can officially rest. Like I said, I don't know who had this mission before me. They just couldn't do it. And even now, I have to go through a few cycles and a process of stuff. Things coming at me left and right. Because this is all helping me to build my character. God didn't give me all these children for no reason. And people are like, well, girl, you know what you did. Yeah, I understand that. But there are people who do every single day, the ovulation calendar, all that type of stuff. They still cannot conceive naturally. And I pray one day miracles are starting to happen for anybody that's trying to conceive. Like, just all of a sudden, just miracle. A miracle happens that there's a lot of you lost. I've lost, so I understand what you're talking about. I know the feeling. And I believe that this is the season, this is the time period for a lot of people to just start unexpected blessings just to come out of nowhere. Because mentally you've been through it already. Physically you've been through it already. But now it's time to be happy, to rejoice. You know, still praise God for everything that has happened. But like I told y'all before, like the dreams that I've had lately is all a sure tell sign that I'm on my way. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I gotta wait another 5 years. No. I remember God told me a long time ago, he said, Shay. And I had no idea. I think I was on baby like maybe 4 at that time, maybe 4 or 5. And he told me, he was like, your blessing is not going to be like everybody else. And I mean, that's kind of all I can really say about that. And basically saying that he never told me your process ain't going to be like everybody else either. I recently just found out what my mission was. I've always knew that I had a purpose, but I really didn't understand the mission. I didn't know that they were two separate. So, nail dirty. But once you can identify and separate the two and start really asking and really digging deep as to, like that book, The Alchemist. Look, sometimes I have to take a break from reading certain books like that. because my mind goes so deep into it. And that book is spiritual. I don't care what nobody else say. That book is very spiritual. Okay? The dialogue, the analogies, the metaphors, the way that it gets your mind, it's like mind erotic. It boy, it gets your mind thinking to a whole nother degree. Well, at least that's how my mind thinks. Like I said, that book is very spiritual. Sometimes you got to take it step by step. You can't rush through it. That alchemist, that joke ain't no joke. And it's crazy because everybody that I've been, people that have been popping up on my FYPs on TikTok be like, oh yeah, this book. And I'm like, dang, I'm reading that joke right now, shawty. Like, that's how I know. Like, when you start seeing, God says, when two or more are gathered in the room, in agreement, there shall he also be in the midst. That does not necessarily mean that there's two other physical people in the room with you. You can have you and maybe 2 to 3 other confirmations that you've seen out in the world that kind of confirm a lot of the stuff that you've been thinking about. That means God is telling you, I'm here with you. I know exactly. Trust me, I'm the one that gave you that thought. So you're on the right path. Where 2 or more confirmations, 2 or more people are gathered, 2 or more things that you see a sequence of. That lets you know that your life is, you heading on the right path, right? Okay, so I just want to get y'all to understand something. I gotta go move my car. It's almost 9 o'clock. And it's 8. I gotta go. But I will finish up this conversation when I get back from this PT conference. And or I might even just leave it at this, because I think I kind of said a lot already. You can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. But overall, like, listen, this is not a fly by night. You're not gonna be able to get all this. And for some of us, we've been working for years at this. And so now we are now walking into our new journey and new life, or whatever the case is. But and don't compare yourself to me, because I've been through it. Stop it. But I love y'all. I'm about to get up out of here, but I love you, and I just want you to understand this. Like, keep going. Never ever give up. Them words should never be in your vocabulary. Oh, I just feel, you can be frustrated. You can cry all you want. Release that. Release them burdens. Release it. Cry. Be frustrated. Yes. Be confused if you got to. Whatever. But snap back. Snap back real quick. And keep, even if you got to cry doing it, you got to cry writing. Release that mess out. Right? Start journaling. I started this little YouTube thing about 8 months ago. Is it perfect? No. Do I expect it to be? No. Because this is just me releasing, inventing to you a lot of the stuff that I've gone through. And then eventually, when I start becoming more active and stuff, I want to be able to show y'all, a lot of the things that I have gone through, or whatever the case is, woo, right? So, with all of that being said, though, y'all, it's time for me to go. I love you, and I will talk to y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.